Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 15 of Nindies and Nindies, the Nintendo fan podcast. I'm your host, ScrapGear, and joining me, as always, my good buddy, Draco Augustus. How's it going, man?
Hey, man, it's going pretty good. Glad to be talking to you again. We missed the week.
Yeah, well, we took
sad.
a week off because you were off, being media at
Comic Palooza.
Yeah.
Yeah, H-Town's big Comic Con, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it like. Tom Holland was there, Kristen Ritter was there, and Charlie Cox was there.
Nice.
I met Ming Chen. I got in before. Media wasn't even supposed to get in before, and then I just went over to the the people with booths and stuff, exhibitors. There we go. And I just kind of started talking to them and walking with them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're doing this." They're like, "Yeah." And then I just went and got my bag checked and just kept walking with them. And I was like, "Okay,
nice."
And I mean, it was awesome because it was just people still putting big props together. They had a full size freaking Viper from Battlestar Galactica.
Nice.
And they had all of it taken apart. And I was like, "That's awesome." And yeah, it was just empty.
Yeah.
So I got a before picture and an after picture too, where it's completely empty and then just shoulder to shoulder people in cosplay.
Excellent.
So yeah, it was tons of fun though, man. Tons of fun. Gaming related stuff. They had the Houston Outlaws had a big. Well, they were actually in LA playing the Gladiators at the time.
Yeah.
But they were sponsoring a cool little event where you could actually win a Reaper statue that was hand painted to have the Outlaws skin on it.
Nice.
Which was cool. Which me, Wade, and Thaddeus played. I got second place one time, and I don't think any of us got first. Any of the times we tried, but because it was a free for all. That's what it was. They were calling it the Superhero Showdown, and they were just doing a 6v6 free for all, which was pretty fun. Or not 6v6, a 12-person free for all.
There you go.
But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It got me into Overwatch again. I actually went in. They had a gaming lounge area where you could sign in on your PC on your Blizzard account, and I played a little bit of Overwatch. Got some of the anniversary stuff, just to collect a few loot boxes. Then I came home and played on my Xbox a little bit.
There you go.
But yeah. Other than that, though, I actually have been playing a bunch of games. It's been funny. I kind of call it I've been playing a lot of mobile games, but they aren't mobile games. They're mobile games, but on my Switch, right?
Okay.
So, Punch Club was one that I actually reviewed. I put a review out right before I went to Comic Palooza. Literally, Wade was like, "Man, I'm packing for Comic Palooza," and I was like, "Yeah, but the game comes out tomorrow. Can you post it?" He's like, "Yeah, I got it." So yeah, there's that. Which that's already out on mobile device and Steam too, though. So I mean, but then I played Sushi Strikers, which was super fun and addicting, actually. I was kind of meh, I don't think I'll get that, which I won't. I mean, that's still a big price for something that it could be a mobile game.
Yeah.
The touch controls are actually really good. That's the best way to play that game, if you ask me, because you just can be more accurate with your touches on what plates you're choosing. But yeah, that's pretty cool with the little. You select all the same sushis, try to link them all together as they're on their little conveyor belts, and then when you let go, you eat all that sushi, which these characters are going to get freaking mercury poisoning. Pull a Jeremy Piven. Do you remember when he got mercury poisoning?
No.
Anyways, yeah, Jeremy Piven did that at one point. He got mercury poisoning from eating too much sushi. But yeah. Anyways, I showed my wife. I was like, "This is a pretty fun game to play, actually." And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "It's kind of like a mobile game." But she likes Tetris, and she played Candy Crush forever.
Yeah.
And so she thought it was actually pretty fun looking. And she was like, but she said, "Yeah, it looks like the mobile game from an ad of the mobile game that I'll play." And I was like,
I know exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah, it's like this little anime mobile game, you know. It's like, oh yeah, you're exactly right. But yeah, it has good animation. You can pick a boy or a girl. That is a pretty fun little demo. I definitely suggest you pick up the demo. It lets you kind of just go through the story, no multiplayer or anything.
That's fine.
But yeah, other than that, I guess this kind of runs into our main topic, which is Pokemon, which another mobile game, which is Pokemon Quest.
Mm-hmm.
And which it's on the Switch right now, but it's coming to mobile device. And basically, it looks like you said earlier, Pokemon meets Minecraft.
Yeah.
But you don't really do anything. Does that make sense? Like you literally like you befriend Pokemon that like you start off. You can pick.
It's like
Charizard,
a really
Bulbasaur,
elaborate
Squirtle.
Pokemon Tamagotchi kind of thing.
It is. It's exactly what it is.
Oh,
like you.
That's even worse than what I
you
thought.
can have, but you can have 3. Face palming over here. You can have 3 of them, right? You can have three friend Pokemon. They're your friends, and you go on a quest, right? And you go and they run around by themselves and attack things. And I just put it on auto because the only difference between auto and not auto is they don't use their attacks. Their main like special attacks, right? Like my Charmander has Scratch and Fire Spin, and if you have it on auto, he'll use those just whenever. But if you don't have it on, he just won't use them. You press them yourself, which I'm kind of like, I guess for timing you could do it, but like it's like, why not just have them do it as soon as they're ready to go, you know, because they're literally just running up to Pokemon, attacking them, and yeah, it's weird.
Oh no.
So that I was literally playing, like taking turns with a friend of mine playing Fortnite while letting this game run and just collect stuff, you know, and you collect little stones that you can add to your Pokemon, which will level up and eventually evolve and stuff, but you can add these stones to make their attacks their power stones to make their attacks hit harder. They have more HP, you know, different stuff like that. And then also even have little attributes like 15% movement speed. So there's some depth to what you can have these Pokemon doing, but you literally don't do anything with the Pokemon. But yeah, and you can cook dishes that have these Pokemon come in, and guess what? You get these tickets that can make your food cook faster to attract more Pokemon, you can wait the days. There's also energy that you have that you can use these tickets to gain more energy, because you know each time you do a quest, you use this energy. So you have about 5 energy each time you play, right? And it goes up over time. And you can buy these tickets with money.
Of course. Of course. I'm really glad I've decided, no, I don't want to download this, because my kids would play it. And then they would go onto my account and play it. And then I'd suddenly have like a $300 charge from Nintendo. And you're like, what just happened?
Yeah, that's about the size of it. That's what they want, at least, you know. Which, like, I remember saying on Twitter whenever, like, there was supposed to be like 2 Pokemon games announced or 3, and it was like, no, like so many memes and stuff just saying like, really, like this is it. Like, there's a lot of people are not happy about it. But you know, it's just Pokemon, you know, making money off the brand for all ages.
Yay.
But yeah, man, that's about it. Like I said, I did play a little bit of Fortnite, and I even jumped in some Paladins for a little bit just because it was free to download on somebody else's Xbox.
There was a picture that was posted in the Mulehorn Gaming Nintendo Switch chat that said that it looked like Paladins was coming to the Switch. I would freaking love that.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, oh man. Yeah, I don't know if I can. Yeah, I think it's just right in the. It should. If you go into the Mulehorn Gaming Discord and just go right to the Nintendo Switch page, it should be like right there. Maybe it wasn't this one. Oh, maybe it was. It was E3 chat.
Okay.
Go into the E3 chat.
I will find it.
You will find it. But yeah, it's a bunch of stuff, and it's got like Dragon Ball FighterZ, Fortnite, Monster Hunter, FIFA 19, Killer Queen Black, Starlink, Paladins, Overcooked 2, and Mario Aces. And I'm just like, oh, please let that be real. Because I enjoy Overwatch, and I also enjoy Paladin, so I would be ecstatic to see that come to the Nintendo Switch.
Like I said, I've been playing Overwatch lately, and that's why I ended up playing Paladins, because it was free to download, and I was like, so either one, yes, will be tons of fun. We definitely need a first-person hero shooter.
Yes, yes, we do.
But
yeah, as far as for me, I have been not playing as much these past couple of weeks. Pretty much when I have been playing something, I have been playing a ton of Hyrule Warriors, and like I've just been playing, and like I've been swapping characters because they did add some new stuff to Hyrule Warriors versus the definitive edition versus the Wii U version. Like, for example, it gives you the ability to switch between 3 characters for most of the story mission ones, but usually it's like 1 or 2 characters that you can switch between, or up to 3. It depends on what the map allows, which was something that I saw in Fire Emblem Warriors. So they implemented that, and just like watching, like playing as a bunch of different characters, I'm just like, every single one of these characters plays completely different. That's the one thing that they missed on with Fire Emblem Warriors, is that you have characters that play the same. It's just a different, it's just a different skin. Their stats are a little bit different, but in Hyrule Warriors, like every single character is different, and has different mechanics and whatnot. So I've been playing that, and of course,
that's definitely the one I'll pick up whenever I do pick up a Warriors game.
Yeah,
I don't have time to play it right
now. But yeah, so, and then like in each of the story missions, and even in the adventure mode maps, there are treasure chests throughout the maps that have heart pieces or heart containers that can only be opened by a specific character. So that's one of the ways that I've been playing, as a ton of different characters. I still haven't finished story mode because I've been backtracking, doing some of that stuff. But they added Linkle. She has her own storyline, which was awesome. That wasn't in the Wii U version, and I've been enjoying that. Like I had never played as Linkle on the Wii U version, even though I had her. And like I was playing through the first story mission. I was like, man, I was missing out not playing her in the original one. Because she's a really fun character to play.
She looks cool. I saw the little highlight video for her.
Yeah.
They've been putting those in the news segment on the Switch,
which
I love that. They've been doing that for Super Mario Aces, or Mario Tennis Aces, which has been cool. Just seeing that. I'm excited for that game, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah. So something else that I played a little bit of, and actually I played it a little bit today, was I tried out the demo for Kid Trip. We got tagged in a tweet saying that the demo was available. I think it was on the 3DS and the Switch, and I downloaded it. I tried the tutorial, and then there's only 2 levels that you can play. There's the very first level, and then there's the 5th level of the second world, I think, were the 2 that were available. And it's an auto runner. I think if you want to do hardcore, like, you can push a button to run and do all that stuff, and then pretty much you let go of that button and you'll walk. But on the way that the controls are set up regularly is you can push left on the D-pad, and that will make him walk. But yeah, it's pretty much just an auto runner. I had to swap around the buttons because their jump button was on Y and their throw the rock, so your attack button, was on B, and that's the complete opposite of what it is in like any Mega Man game or like any other platformers. I was like, I'm going to swap this around, and once I did, I finally managed to get pretty far in the second level. The first level, I think I died 3 times. In the second level, I died like 40.
Yeah, that game looks kind of neat. I mean,
Yeah.
like almost like Mario Run or
Yep.
something.
I think it's like it's $4 on the eShop, so it's not an expensive game, but it looks great. Definitely interesting.
Hey, we got tagged in a post.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes,
we're going somewhere now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I played a little bit of that. The only other thing that I've played a little bit of Mario Kart with the family. But the only other thing that I've put some time into this past week is Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon.
Oh, that game looks good.
It looks awesome. It plays pretty decently. Like, I find myself playing as the I don't have all the characters unlocked yet. I've got the main character, I've got the one female character, and the alchemist, the old man. And I find myself playing as the girl a lot because she's like the classic Castlevania character because she's got the whip.
Whip.
And yeah, so, and she can slide and she has a higher jump. The first boss, I told myself, I was like, I've been playing Castlevania games for a long time. I'll play it on Veteran. Forgetting that I have never really played a ton of the original Castlevania. I've played it, but like a lot of my interaction with Castlevania has been some of the 3D world ones, and as far as 2D, it's been all like the Game Boy Advanced ones. So I switched it from Veteran to Casual, and the big difference is you don't get knocked back, and you have infinite lives. So
yeah.
And other than that, like, enemies aren't easier. It might drop a bit more health than it normally would on Veteran mode, but all in all, they pretty much both play the same way, just you don't get knocked back, which is great because screw Medusa heads. And I also found out by accident while playing on casual mode, if a character dies, like you go back to a checkpoint, and I don't know if you would lose a life for that or not, because I've only done it on casual, so I don't know, but when a character dies, until you finish a stage, they are gone for that whole stage. So it's a very good idea to swap around your characters so that they don't die. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it's definitely one that I've been seeing and hearing about, and I'll definitely pick it up if it ever goes on sale, but I might have to pick it up just to come back to it,
Yeah.
But because I just have a lot of stuff to play right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard N64 Josh talk about it on his podcast at one point, and he said that how whenever you are playing a game that you remember from your childhood and you play it and it's kind of like it's like it's not how I remember it, doesn't hold up, right?
Yeah.
He said that this is like playing one of those games but like you remember it. Like, it's
nice.
It's still a retro feel. And then would you say that's accurate?
Again, because I remember I've played a little bit of the original Castlevania, and it definitely pulls more from that than some of the later titles. But what I remember from playing it, I can agree with that. It definitely feels like a Nintendo, like an original NES game, rather than like a Super Nintendo or a Game Boy Advance version of those games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Cool, man. Cool.
But yeah, so with that, let's move on to our main topic, because this is something I'm actually excited about, and it's going to make me re-download a game onto my phone. So, big news that we got this week. We got some Pokemon announcements. We found out that there is that the whole Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee are actually something. And
confirmed.
They are confirmed. They are coming this November. And it is like playing Pokemon Go on your Switch.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It still looks like... It basically looks like they redid the original Red and Blue or I got Yellow and Brown Pokemon games. Like,
well, no, there was something I saw that was a post about that, and the U.S. only ever got the yellow version, but there was a special edition of the yellow version that came out in Japan only that lets you get Eevee instead. Okay. So
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
But yeah, it's pretty much and it's not a remaster or a remake of it. It's a reimagining.
Yeah.
Because some things that they've done away with is there are no random encounters. You get to see where the Pokemon are, and then when you do that, I don't.
You said doo-doo. Sorry.
I'm glad we're both adults.
Yeah.
So when you get into a random, well, quote unquote random encounter with the wild Pokemon, it didn't show if you actually get to like weaken that Pokemon, but they did show how you catch it, and it is Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it looked like you just kind of. They never showed them battling all the Pokemon. They showed you battling like another trainer.
Another trainer, yeah. So there are still Pokemon battles.
Yeah, which is cool. Like where you actually select the moves. The battles don't look like the Pokemon Go battles. They look like Pokemon battles.
Upscaled like Sun and Moon battles.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is awesome.
It's also confirmed. I saw this on Nintendo Life that there is still another Pokemon game coming out. 2019,
I was gonna bring
core
that up.
Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know. I figured I should bring that up early so nobody's listening being like, "What? They're doing a Pokemon Go?" Like,
well, I mean, it is.
There's definitely
Pokemon
people
Let's
that have been.
Go.
Yeah. So I am glad to hear that they are still doing another one though too, because I was kind of like, is this the one that they were talking about? But they're not.
Yeah,
it's not. But yeah, and my wife is actually excited about this because we still play Pokemon Go every day. Like I just got my 7-day streak for catching Pokemon, and somehow I got my streaks off, and so they've been off. So I'm only on my 3rd-day streak for spinning a Pokestop. But anyways, there's been like events going on, like during the fire event, like we caught a bunch of Charmander, and I got a shiny Charmander that's like a wonder, and it's like a awesome Pokemon, and I evolved it. So I have a black Charizard now that's like my best Pokemon.
Nice.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
And now it's a rock event where there's like lots of Ammonite and Caputos and other weird Pokemon that I haven't, like they look like totems. You know the guys on Super Mario Odyssey that have the sunglasses?
Oh, Nosepass. Hold on, you just cut out. There we go.
What?
You just cut out.
Okay. That was on my side, I think, because you froze too. I was like, you know what I'm talking about? And you're just like...
I said Nosepass. The Pokemon's name is Nosepass.
No. I'm having issues.
Oh, great.
That's awesome.
I can still hear you, though, so...
Okay, that's good. I'll just keep talking. I think my computer's settling down now. it's having a little fit. But anyways, little totem guys that have been popping up a bunch that I hadn't gotten until then. Anyways, events stuff. So, like I was saying, my wife is excited about this game, and so am I, because inherently because she's excited about it. If she's excited about a Pokemon, or excited about a video game, then I'm going to be really excited about it. Because this is one that it looks like, especially because you will be able to play co-op.
Mm-hmm.
So we already play co-op Pokemon Go, so it'll be cool that we can just like sit in bed and play it together too.
Yeah.
And actually go through a story and stuff cooperatively. So I think it's going to be cool. She was like, well, because I'm thinking like in the game, you're going to be able to, you see him riding a Charizard in the thing. Can I ride my black Charizard in that game? Like, cause
if you transfer it over. Yeah.
Yeah. So so hopefully it will keep its shininess,
Mm-hmm.
And her question was what she said is she wants to be able to catch Pokemon in the game and then bring them to Pokemon Go. So, because there's regionals, I know it didn't show that, so I was like, I don't know if you're going to be able to. It showed that you'd get a gift, or you could give gifts. So maybe items and stuff, which she said that's still pretty cool, but I was thinking, I was like, it'd be cool if you could get regionals, like, because there's Kangaskhan's that we haven't gotten to get. We did get to get a Farfetch'd, which was the Asian regional, I believe. And then the UK one is a Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
which we don't have one of those either. But so like, you know, it'd be cool to be able to have that chance to be able to get those and put them on Pokemon Go. But then it's also kind of like, well, does that defeat the purpose of Pokemon? She's kind of undecided about that, which I kind of am too. But it'd be cool, you know. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. We're probably gonna get Pikachu and Eevee because my son's excited about it too.
Yeah, before seeing what the actual gameplay was, I was telling my oldest, is like, you know, with the new Pokemon games coming out, like, we'll probably have to get you your own Switch so that we can play and, you know, trade and battle and everything together. But with it being the way that it is, I'm like, I'll still get both versions, but I don't need to go out and get a second Switch for it. But yeah, so like you were saying, like, your wife is really, you guys still play a lot of Pokemon Go and your wife is really excited about it. Seeing this, I'm like, that's actually really kind of cool. I will probably have to re-download Pokemon Go because it's been off my phone for I don't know how long now.
It's probably a different game now too, man. Like, it's because you said, were there any other Pokemon besides the original ones, but the original Kanto region Pokemon? Like the first 150?
I know that like it was a short time after I stopped playing that they did add I can't remember what the second region is called. I want to say Johto, but that doesn't sound right. But the second generation of Pokemon, I remember seeing that they added those.
Like Togepi and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I think Nosepass is third generation. So...
Yeah. I don't know what generation they're on now, but there's Pokemon that I have no idea what they are because I mostly stopped playing.
Well, wait till you get to one of the later generations. I think it's X and Y. And it's just like, you look at some of the Pokemon, it's like, how did you come up with that? Like, there's a mushroom Pokemon that, like, the top of it looks like a Pokeball, and its name is Fungus, and its evolved form is Among Us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I can't think. I mean, there's a bunch of, like I said, just Pokemon I don't even recognize, but yeah, I mean, it's there. Oh, right now during this event, it's another event coinciding with the Rock type event or something. But you can catch like Alola region Executors right now, and they're going to be implementing Alola region Kanto Pokemon.
Nice.
To just throughout this event, like so right now it's Executors, which is cool because they're everywhere and they're also Dragon type Pokemon.
Yes.
So it's helping us get our Dragon badges because there's not a lot of Dragon type Pokemon to catch.
No, there are not.
So
like even in the games there aren't a lot of Dragon type Pokemon, period.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that those are out a lot, which they have had Dratini events before, but you know, any Dragon type event that they have is good to get your Dragon badge.
Yeah. But yeah, so something else that they announced with the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is a new accessory that you can actually use with your Nintendo Switch, and you can bring it around with you. It's a Pokeball, and it's got the buttons on it so that you can go and play the Pokemon Let's Go. Which, something else that we didn't mention is that it uses just one Joy-Con.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, one Joy-Con in one hand, too.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. I like that the Pokeball, like, lights up, and it looks like you're going to be able to, like, take it with you, and it will have your Pokemon in it, and you can, like, pet it and make it feel good. Speaking of Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the little button on it is gonna be your control stick for it too. Yeah. Like, I guess there's buttons too. It looked like they had buttons.
Yeah, I think there's buttons on the top. Because there are some face buttons that you need to use while you're playing the game with a Joy-Con. So I'm sure there's buttons on the top.
I'm wondering if you can use that Pokeball as a Joy-Con for other games, you know, like play some ARMS with that. Maybe have two Pokeballs, like, you know.
Oh, there you go. I'm sure you could if you really wanted to. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but
yeah, somebody will figure it out and make some funny videos.
Oh yeah,
on all sorts of stuff.
Well, I mean, I've seen people solo Crota with a Rock Band drum set. That was interesting.
Yeah, I remember all that stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean the Pokemon news was like the biggest news that we got this week.
Yeah. That's figured it'd be our Pokemon episode, kind of. Figured we'd end up reminiscing a little bit about Pokemon, which we did some.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah. I was watching a video for like top 10 anime if you want to watch to make yourself feel bad. And one of them was Pokemon, to be like, if you think about it, like a lot of the people who are watching Pokemon now that remember it from when it originally came out, keep in mind that you're in your, probably at least in your 30s or maybe, 20s to 30s, and Ash is still 10. How does that make you feel?
I turned 31 on the 12th. So
there you go. But yeah, like I remember playing Pokemon a lot.
I remember taking my Game Boy to middle school and like getting in trouble trying to play it in class, and then Pokemon cards came out very shortly after. I remember there was this one kid that claimed he had a Charizard, and I was like, "You don't have a Charizard." And he's like, "No, I do. My grandma bought it for me." And I was like, "Maybe." And then he brought it one day.
And then someone stole it.
What?
And then someone stole it.
I know. I was like, I feel like there definitely something like that happened, but it got something like that. Like it got found, aka I think somebody like had stolen it from him, and then he like freaked out, and like the teacher ended up saying something, and then they like went and hid it. They just like put it on her desk without her noticing or something.
Oh, the good old days.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I don't think there's really much else that we can talk about with Pokemon, because it was pretty much just that. It was just the trailer. I know for me, the main version that I'm going to play is Eevee. I'm going to play Pokemon Let's Go Eevee because I like Eevee way more than Pikachu. For me, it's kind of a no-brainer. Like, I'm sick of Pikachu.
Yeah. We'll probably end up playing Eevee on my Switch because my wife likes Eevee, and my son wants to have the Pikachu one.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Yep. All right. Did we get any messages from Hyperspace?
No, I don't think so. I'm saying this really slowly so I can go to the Twitter and check. And no.
Yeah. I was the one who put out the tweet, and I was, we managed to get it out the day before rather than 2 hours before we were going to record.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, we had time. And I was looking for a GIF, and I was like, I'm going to go with Eevee because, Pikachu is just everywhere. And I found the perfect one, which was Pikachu and Eevee doing a high five. I'm like, okay, I'll use Pikachu with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if we don't have any messages from Hyperspace, let's start wrapping things up. Draco, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter as Draco Augustus, and you can email me if you'd like at draco@mulehorngaming.com.
And as for me, you can find me everywhere as ScrapGear. And be sure to follow Nindies and Indies on Twitter at Nindies and Indies. That's Nindies twice because "and" was too long. And be sure to check out our home site, mulehorngaming.com. They got whole bunches of stuff going up, and it's all nerd related, comic book stuff, video game stuff, and just in general, just tons of stuff. I'm trying to figure out a way to get like review copies of anime and try to do some of that stuff because why not? But yeah, so be sure check out our home site, mulehorngaming.com. And if you like listening to podcasts and are looking for another video game podcast, be sure to check out the Analog Assault podcast, the official video game podcast of mulehorngaming.com. But that is going to do it for episode 15. Until next time, GG.
GG.